They told her she was too old to keep up. They handed her a box and walked her to the door like she was nothing. But the very next morning, the same people who fired her stood frozen in shock. Because the woman they humiliated, she was never just an old cashier. Welcome to Aunties Voice, where real stories touch real hearts. If you believe family is everything, make sure you subscribe and be part of our emotional journey. Her name was Evelyn Harper. She was 65 years old. Soft silver hair, always tied in a neat bun, gentle smile, kind blue eyes that carried both warmth and silent pain. Evelyn had worked at a small grocery store in Ohio for nearly 18 years. 18 years of early mornings, 18 years of aching feet, 18 years of greeting customers with, "Good morning, sweetheart, how's your mom doing?" She wasn't just a cashier. She remembered birthdays. She helped single moms count their change. She slipped candy to little kids when their parents weren't looking. But life hadn't been kind to her. Her husband passed away 10 years ago from a heart attack. Her only son, Daniel, moved to New York, chasing his corporate dreams. He called sometimes, sent money sometimes, but mostly, Evelyn was alone. The job wasn't just about money, it was about dignity, purpose, feeling needed. And at 65, she still showed up every single day. One Monday morning, the store manager, Mr. Collins, called her into the office. He didn't look at her at first. "Evelyn, corporate is making changes." She smiled gently. "Oh, are we getting new registers? These old ones freeze more than I do in winter." He didn't laugh. "We're hiring younger staff, faster staff. The company needs a new image." Her smile slowly faded. I don't understand." He sighed. "You've been wonderful, but customers complain the line moves slow. We need energy, fresh faces." Fresh faces, as if she was spoiled milk on a shelf. "I can move faster," she whispered. "I'll try harder. I promise." Mr. Collins looked uncomfortable. "It's not personal, it's business." Those words, "it's not personal." But to Evelyn, it was everything. They handed her a small box, her name tag, her old coffee mug, a faded photo of her and her late husband she kept under the register. As she walked out, a young new employee whispered to another, "Guess it's time for the old generation to retire." Evelyn heard it, but she kept walking. Outside, it started to rain. She didn't have an umbrella. That night, she sat at her tiny kitchen table. Bills spread out, rent due in 2 weeks, medication refill needed. Her hands trembled as she dialed her son. "Hi, Mom," Daniel answered quickly. "Can I call you back? I'm in a meeting." "I just wanted to hear your voice. I'll call tonight, okay?" Click. The house felt heavier than ever. For the first time in years, Evelyn cried, not because she lost a job, but because she felt invisible. The next morning, something unexpected happened. A black luxury SUV pulled into the grocery store parking lot. Employees stared. Out stepped a tall man in a sharp navy suit, confident, serious, powerful. It was Daniel, Evelyn's son, but not the boy who left years ago. He was now the new regional director of the entire grocery chain, and no one knew. He walked inside calmly. "Good morning," he said firmly. "I'm here for a surprise inspection." Panic spread through the store. Mr. Collins rushed forward, shaking hands nervously. "Sir, we weren't informed." "That's the point," Daniel replied. He looked around. "Where is Evelyn Harper?" The room went silent. Mr. Collins swallowed. She no longer works here." Daniel's jaw tightened. "I know." He stepped closer. "My mother gave 18 years to this company. She trained half your staff. She never missed a shift, and you fired her for being too old?" No one spoke.
You call that business? That's not business. That's disrespect. Employees stared at each other in shock. The young worker who mocked her looked pale. Daniel took a deep breath. As of today, this store will implement new policies. No employee will be terminated based on age. Experience will be valued, not discarded. He paused. And Mr. Collins, you're being transferred pending investigation. Gasps filled the store. Then Daniel said something that left everyone speechless. My mother won't be returning as a cashier. He straightened his suit. She'll be returning as community relations manager with full benefits and a salary higher than yours. The room froze because the old cashier they dismissed was the mother of their new boss. Later that afternoon, Daniel knocked on Evelyn's door. She opened it slowly. "Daniel, what are you doing here?" He didn't speak. He just hugged her tightly. "I'm sorry, Mom," he whispered. "I was busy building a career and forgot who built me." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't want to be a burden." "You're not a burden. You're my foundation." The next week, Evelyn walked back into the store, but this time, heads turned in respect. She wasn't wearing a cashier apron. She wore confidence and that same gentle smile. Only now, it was stronger. Never underestimate someone because of their age. Wrinkles carry stories, slow steps carry strength, and quiet people often hold the loudest impact. Respect is not optional, and sometimes karma doesn't knock softly, it walks in wearing a suit. If this story touched your heart, comment respect below, and don't forget to subscribe to Aunties Voice.